Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking. Finally Friday. Good morning, good evening everybody. Thanks for joining. What do we have as first? I think we have Run as the first one, looking for me. And Mr. Weissman, a close second. In my screen at least. Baltic Lucas dropped by. Not sure if he's still here. If you are, hello. Thanks for joining. And of course, Jay. Thanks for joining us, Jay. Oh, look at that. Fancy. What were you streaming, Jack? Hey, Jack and Alex. The dynamic duo. How have you guys been doing? So as I mentioned in the previous stream, today we are going for ATS, still with the pink charity event thingy. And thanks a lot to Alex for gifting me a DLC of the pink ribbon thingy for the ATS this time. Was streaming echo. What? What is echo? Let me note it up. So I did prepare some stuff beforehand, and for those who are interested in checking out the load order, this is what we're going with. We have, well, I'll just scroll through it quickly. You can pause the video if this is in YouTube, you're reviewing it. But that's my general load order kind of thing. Porsche Cup. Ooh, where'd you get that emoji? Nice. Because I was hosting Jack. Yeah. Yeah. So what we have for today is, well, I finally was able to download the Traffic Maniac Traffic Pack, the different ones, sports cars, trailers, tune trucks, also for ATS. And then I downloaded an updated interior and exterior reworks mega pack. So this is originally by LXAP. But Sure Black Spots updated it because LXAP closed it already. He's not very active anymore. So thanks to Sure Black Spots for updating it for 1.35. So I think that's looking pretty good. Because today we are going with the W900. Going with the paint job, the pink paint job, to support the charity event. And we are going with, I'm not sure actually if it's that compatible with World of Trucks contracts. We'll see. Minor urban overhaul and PAS mod. I'm not even sure if we'll get there, but because minor urban overhaul is mostly California, PAS mod is South California, I think. So yeah, maybe not as, but we will be starting off in Washington, so we'll see. Alright, so that's how it looks. Let's get inside and see how the truck looks like. I did prepare something in advance. Streaming some Kingdom Come. Oh, with the echo thing. I see. That makes sense now. Welcome back, Trumpster. What have you been up to? Alexa is back at it again. Thanks, man. Alright. Yeah, that's very true. That might not work with PAS mod. Okay, so we are currently starting off in Seattle. And I took a job already. Where do we pick it up? We pick it up over here at Walmart. And then we take it somewhere nearby to Yakima, I think. It's been a while since I've been in ATS. I'm not sure how long it has been. 2-3 weeks? Yeah, it's been a while. I don't even recall what my setup is here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we don't have the cabin suspension option here for ATS. So let's also observe if suspension stiffness needs a little bit of changing here. For ETS2, we moved it to the right like this. Let's start from that point and see how that goes. Alex Bot has returned. Thank you. Thank you, Alex Bot. Now let's show you how the truck looks like. It's nothing fancy, but I do like it. As always, I more or less configure with the simple setup. It is quite pink. And do like the paint job. Check out the links that Alex is providing. So you can get, you can support the breast cancer awareness and the different foundations that SCS is donating all the proceeds to, 100% of the proceeds. So we have a W900 day cab, originally from SCS, updated a bit thanks to Alexei P and Share Black Spots, and we have a little furry friend right here, just sleeping. I was browsing through the different sizzle accessories and found this furry guy here. It looks just so calming. So I think we'll keep him. Animated steering wheel, GPS. What's that supposedly for? I haven't been able to make that work. That screen would be nice. And then I think I also have the realistic dashboard from Piva. Oh, it's time to sleep again with that music. Yar Jack. No sleeper, because we are going to travel short distances, so realistically a sleeper wouldn't be very practical. Let's go and choose, do we want mileage? Yeah, let's check for mileage. Okay, it looks like at least the overlay is working properly, even though actually here it's good too. Okay, everything good. We have the Cat C15 straight pipe, if I remember correctly, from Krishbom. This is his latest engine sound. It's been a while since I checked out sounds from Krishbom. It's going to be very refreshing. He does add his own signature to the mix. And as always, quality sound mods from him. You might also notice the steering wheel is a bit more fidgety. Not really fidgety, more sensitive. By default, if you enable the interior-exterior reworks, your steering wheel will have an 1800 degree range inside the truck sim. So it will not match your steering wheel 1:1 if you have even if you have a 900 degree steering wheel. But it will be more realistic in terms of the truck. That music is freaky. Not sure if the volume changed with the music recently. Maybe it's just that song. Probably a clown. I think it fits with that movie. What was it? I haven't watched it because I don't watch horror movies. What movie was that? It? The IT? With the clown in the balloon? Kind of fits this music, huh? But don't worry, it's almost over. A few more seconds. Yeah, it. Hey, Chi. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here and lurk away. I think even with the dashboard something changed, because I remember before there was a time when the lights were always lit up, like it didn't go to dim like this. So maybe that's also partly thanks to interior reworks. Saw a very nice range T today on the highway while you were driving home for your part-time job. Nice. Are Renault Range Ts very common on the European roads now? Or in other regions? The red block is gone. What red block? Let me see if I missed something. The new dash. The dashboard computer from Piva. The red thing is only there if you have the parking brake on. Let me show you. So if you have the parking brake on, yeah, it goes on as well. So it clearly lets you know there is something wrong. South African. Ah, yes, I remember. It's nice that they reach all the way there. Had a good day yesterday. Little under the weather today. Ah, ICG. Yeah, don't stay up too late for me. Just maybe use us as your lullaby. Thank you. Not sure how to drive in the US anymore. Feels so strange. Hey Da, it's been a while. How have you been? Hey Nick. Thanks for 4 months. Goodness. Wow, and that's loud. Thanks for being here. How are you? Thanks, G. We are on our way to pick up the trailer, Tom. But yeah, currently we are still bobtailing. That's the truck. Now, where do I turn left here? Here? This is interesting. There's a left turn on the highway. Quite strange, huh? Ooh, okay. The exit was on the left. Almost missed that. Hey, 20 months! Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that, man. Glad you could join today. Hope things have settled down a bit on your end. You've been tired with college. Hope everything is fine. No blind spot mirror. You mean the wide angle on the right side? Yeah, that's strange. Maybe we can check that out in the nearest mechanic. Someone missed it. Hey Mars, thanks for 11 months, man. 1 more month to go, and you should be all gold and fancy. Thanks a lot for the continued support, man. Resub. That's for you. That engine braking goodness. We should do like something whenever someone subs or resubs. You know, I think that would be nice. Hopefully not crash into something. That might not be a good. That might not be a sustainable option. How long is this hood? Let me see how. Trying to gauge the distance I would need. That's how far I should be, so I don't crash into the car in front of me. Competitive game of Train Sim World. How does that work? Higher score? You both play together on each of your PCs. Fancy sports cars we're seeing here. I had that same question, wise man. Actresses. When someone subs, you should dance. Oh my goodness. I think that will prevent all other future subs from happening. Go until you feel the bump. Yeah, that's a good cue. Alright, we're here at Walmart. I am liking the traffic pack though, although there might be a bit too many sports cars. We'll try and observe it. So where do we pick up the trailer? I guess at the back. Receiving area, it says. Okay. There's a thing where we can play a music clip if we tip. No, I don't. Well, there will be some sounds that will come out. I'm not sure if you would call it music. Your cousin's brother died. Ah, his kids have been staying at your place for the last 1+ month. Oh goodness, sorry to hear that, Jay. Thanks for sharing. And yeah. But how are you? Is it more like busy, or how are you emotionally? Hope you're doing fine. Thanks for sharing, appreciate that. Do the same route, higher score, and last station first wins. That's a very nice mechanic. So who won? Our condolences, man. Now let me see if I can still attach to a trailer with an American truck. It does feel a bit weird driving it. That looks good. That looks aligned enough. There we go. Let's go out and attach this thing. Huge gap there. Not too shabby. I like it. I kind of miss the day cab. Sleepers are overrated. Two teenage girls. I can only imagine. But it's better to be busy sometimes. So good luck, man. Hoping for the best for you. You're the more experienced player. Congrats. Whoa. Someone was in a hurry to do some shopping. Yes, anti-aliasing is still off, Nick. And I think for ATS I have scaling only at 300%. I can probably notch it up to 400. That should be better. And when did that appear? Did you guys notice? That screen is up now. Maybe it only appears when you have a trailer attached. Seems like it. Hey NL. Thanks for making it, man. How have you been? Wally World, is that what we call Walmart now? Good thing you're still able to stream, Jay. Let's move over here. There we go. Beautiful. I do kind of miss how the American trucks feel like. They feel more massive, definitely, even with a day cab like this. Having that huge hood in front changes the feeling entirely. Oh, I don't need to step on the clutch every time. Almost forgot. Learn the art of holding it. Oh yeah, at one point or another in your life you would have to experience it, unfortunately. There are times when our families would stay here in our place for a couple of days, and yeah, sometimes there would be like 4 or 5 of us, and there's only one bathroom in our place here, so yeah, that can take a while. So I've had to practice it quite a bit too. Also, during streams, you will need it unless you have that thing that I shared over in Discord. What's that thing called, Jay? Didn't know that was a thing for pilots. Maybe that should be a thing for streamers as well. Doing great, NL. Doing great. Happy to finally get back into ATS again. Super excited about the whatever SCS has in store for us. Seems like it's lining up now bit by bit. That thing is the Navi Trap of trucks. Navi Tab of trucks. But only for trailers, I guess, because it was off when we didn't have a trailer. Wally World is an American nickname of Walmart. Ah, I see. You guys do like giving nicknames. Makes sense. You haven't played ATS since July. Yeah, exactly, wise man. Sometimes even if there's something new, it feels new, right? That's what's amazing about it. Just switching from ETS to ATS gives you that completely new feeling. Let's take a photo here. Picture some messy fans. Not even sure how it works. It's like they're like a funnel or something, and then it goes through the tube and into a container of some sort. Look at that fancy car behind us. Pink power. Streamed yesterday after like a 5-day break. Congrats, man. Glad you found the time. Yeah, with 2 teenage girls living with you. That's quite a luxury, I would say. But you managed to find the time to do that. Congrats. Especially when all your co-bathroom users are women. I don't think they just sit there and play with their phones, at least not always, but they do have a lot of steps, regiments to take care of. There is no bridge! Very true. I make an exception this time. Usually that tab is turned on in real life manually when doing jobs. Ah, makes sense. I see. So if you're not on a job, it doesn't make sense to have it anyway. Yeah, so that's where you check your fuel economy, I guess, and all the other stuff. Cool stuff. Makes sense now. Thanks. Oh, I didn't need to clutch it. Yes, Tom. That's the one. Apparently pilots have it. And Premier One driver, the guy I'm following, shared that photo. He's a real life pilot and he said it can get quite awkward for co-pilots when you do that. Which makes a lot of sense if you imagine it. You're sitting beside someone and you're telling him or her, can you like look away for a second? I have to do something. And don't mind the noise. Don't mind the slushing sound. They don't have access to mobile phones. Did you ban that in your house, Jay? That will lessen the chaos at least. They're not allowed to use mobiles. That's a very good tactic. It's just getting harder and harder to do the longer it takes. What if you miss exactly? Then your co-pilot will feel something crawling up their legs. How awkward is that? Sorry, I kinda missed. Just here's some tissue. Yikes. So don't you guys ever think of sitting beside me when I'm streaming? To increase your toilet paper budget. next time you do groceries. I removed the meatball pass, by the way. It's more realistic sounds now. Because sound fixes tone down the volume anyway. They lost the privilege. Makes sense. Do increase your toilet paper budget next time you do groceries. Oh yeah. Very sound advice, that one. Bloodsucker. Mosquito. Throw a shoe at it. That's a bit hardcore. Clumsy trucking conversations. Yes, exactly. Just the way we want it. I'm not touching throttles now. Did you wash your hands? Yikes. Can keep an eye on the dang mosquito. That's a very interesting trailer. Must be from Traffic Maniac. Did you have to Google a lot, Jay? That's what I would have done. I have no experience with teenagers. I would have Googled how to handle teenagers. Plus, if you throw a shoe at it, might miss. Oh yeah. That's why I wouldn't do it. It's all downhill again. Alex to blame. We can always blame Alex. At least not this time. Hey Black Fox, good evening. How are you? Thanks for joining. You joined just in time because we finished talking about the Iki stuff. Or have we? Maybe it's not yet done. Engine braking for the win. Oh, by the way, yes, I have an update about the... Remember last week when we were talking about the indicator switch thingy? The ALMAR product that looks interesting, gives you some like 4-way buttons or indicator switches. I was interested in getting it when I went to Poland because he's from there, so that should save up on shipping and turnaround time. So I dropped him a mail, but he replied to me. He was saying for some reason he said hotels don't accept shipments, so I actually can't have it delivered to the hotel, which was a real party pooper. Does that count as a bridge? Well, we'll find more later. So unfortunately I cannot buy it, and I'm not feeling comfy enough to have it delivered to a colleague and then they can bring it to me. So I might just have it shipped normally, or I might look for other suppliers in the meantime. So yeah, it was a bit... I was not too happy with how it went. Like I was hoping we could work on something, like alternative options. But they just mentioned it can't be done, and that was that. It's like, okay, maybe I look for something else, somewhere else in the meantime. So I was streaming from NL Discord. Thanks man. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoy your stay. Just chilling and getting lost, I think, in the process. There we go. Type through the whole trip. That's good. Tom, keep typing. Let's give a 2 to this clumsy trucker. You are in North Canada. Ooh, I can imagine how cold is it there right now. And I'm happy you're Canadian because I know you'll give me a centigrade, a Celsius temperature, which is something I can understand. Fahrenheits don't make sense to me. The P problem: fighter pilots receive new high-tech urine collection device to prevent tactical dehydration. Tactical dehydration. They sure have a way of marketing these things so it sounds very professional. I remember there was an interview with an astronaut, and in a podcast I was listening to, and they had the same thing. They basically had a diaper, actually, is what they had. Astronauts do. It's part of their outfit, their uniform, but they call it something different. They have an acronym for it. Maybe you guys can help Google it. But they don't call it like an astronaut diaper. It's like a fancy four-word term they use, which sounds very sophisticated, but it's basically diapers. Yeah, they have a way of wording these things. Huggy's gold. There you go. That's where we go. What's up with you, Tom? Maximum absorbency garment. The mag. You got your mag on you? Oh yeah, I'm using it right now. The Maggies. That's a bit sharp, but I think we can manage it. Do I wear diapers? Not yet, fortunately. I hope I won't need to. The American temps. Okay, I get the context now. I wasn't sure I got the context. Now I get it. Alright, it makes sense now. No worries, man. Not yet, not yet. Keep America great. So I take it you're a fan, Tom? Or is that sarcastic? 'Cause from what I know, US folks tend to be either super pro or super against. Why is that not? This is the problem with having a W900. Can't see anything out of that window. There you go. But all you have to do is trust. Believe it will eventually trigger. The music is louder today. Let me double check. No problem, wise man. MAGA. Make America Great Again. Let's double check. Not sure. Is it bothering you guys? Do you guys like music with or without? Let me know. I can easily turn it down, up, off. It's actually called the mag. It really is a mag? Maximum absorbency garment? Cool. Ah, you're a fan. Alright, Tom. Thanks for that info. I will not dig deeper because it will turn into a political discussion, and that can get pretty messy very fast. So let's move on here. Let's look for something cool. That one goes to San Francisco. That's a bit far though. It's not good in terms of getting more jobs done. So maybe we look for short ones. That one goes to Portland. We can go and do that. Yeah, that's a good next step. Oh, it's true. Yeah, I thought you were Mumbai diapering me. Exactly. I thought you thought of something fancy and typed it. Average miles per gallon 8.3. Is that good for a truck? You guys tell me. Did that just rhyme? Wow. So where's the job? 2 miles away, okay. It's good for that truck. Which one? The diaper? The mag? Or the job? Oh, looks like a train just passed by. By the way, has anyone watched Homeland, guys? It's not a new series. The latest in Netflix in my region is season 7. I've been watching it before. I stopped sometime, but I resumed it. I just finished season 6 and I'm like midway in season 7. Season 6 is so good. I think it's the best season so far. The others were not so much, but yeah, there are times where it gets really slow, but I absolutely love the spycraft, you know, the subtleness. That's what I really like that. I'm not so much the... You might have noticed this, but I'm not so much a guy who likes violence or like action movies, like all the shooting or explosions and stuff like that. I like the subtle arts. So when there are scenes like showing detailed spycraft, you know, like casually dropping something and then someone else picking it up, you know, those kinds of things just seem so amazing to me. All the subtle things like that which gets things done, and all the maneuvering, the politicking, and the deals behind deals it's just so immersive. Love it. I like that more than people like ducking for cover, using their huge assault rifles, shooting at each other. I like the subtle arts more. Like whenever there's like an action scene nowadays, I would just like be mindlessly watching it, and then I'll just wait for it to finish, and then I'll just like, okay, so who won? What happened in the end? Did anyone get hurt or something? But the actual action scene I don't appreciate as much anymore. I don't know. Must be because of my super slow reflexes. Not able to appreciate all the fast action happening. Politicking, that's a thing. Just like Mumbai busing. The job didn't log. Oh no. Is not sure if VT log isn't working for ATS anymore. Let's see. Maybe this second one will. Did you guys see that job that logged with 4,000 liters per 100 kms or something? My most economical job ever. Went to work with your mom. Taser. Ooh. I see. 4 minutes. Wow, that's long. But that's good. So she has something to defend herself. Is it common for people to carry tasers with them? Where you're from, Tom? Turn right on red. I absolutely forgot about that thing. Good catch, Chi. Is this our turn? Yes, it is. 20-minute action scenes. Are we done yet? Exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh, come on, when will this end? So I absolutely like that style. I was watching Homeland just before I started streaming, and there was this action scene. So things escalated and people started shooting at each other. But I liked the style of how it was filmed, because it didn't focus on the goriness, on the people getting hurt. It just, you heard the gunshots and you heard people. But the scene was showing people ducking for cover, and what was happening in their emotions, their faces, how scared they were. But it didn't show people getting shot and getting hurt, and that's what I liked. And it just showed the aftermath of what the effect was, like how bad it was for the current situation, things like that. So it didn't focus on the gory details, just on the effects and the emotions part. I absolutely love that style. But yeah, season 7 isn't as good in my opinion, so far at least. It feels a bit like it was stretched, like it was forced. Like, we need a new season. Season 6 was absolutely Spycraft 101. Like, if you're looking for a spy movie with all those maneuverings and politickings, however, in a way, I think season 6 really scratches that itch. Doesn't work. Yeah, I kind of figured that you are much more into action scenes than I am, Jay. We have quite different tastes on that one. That's cool. The guy I listen to in the podcast doesn't watch movies unless there are explosions in them, in general. So, yeah. The Inside Man film. Is that the spy movie also? Yeah, and I got this spy interest because of my dad. My dad is an absolute fan of all the spy action. Like, he reads all of who is this famous author who is famous for this spy books? Not Tom Clancy. I forgot, but he's an absolute fan of the spy movies and everything spy related. And so I got that from him, I think. And then we talk about the updates, like have you watched Homeland yet? And stuff like that. But the same with you, Jay, he likes more the action scenes. Like, he likes the spycraft, but he likes more the action scenes that come with the spycraft. For me, I like more the maneuverings, the subtle maneuverings. So he didn't like the latest seasons of Homeland as much, because it was less action and more subtle arts. It's a bank robbery, but the planning it is fantastic. Oh, that's amazing. That's what I love. Yeah, the plans, how they get executed, and how they always don't, how everything just, how do you say, messes up, and they have to think fast and act fast. By the way, we haven't fixed that mirror yet. That wide view. Do we have a mechanic nearby? Can attach that quickly? We did. Not anymore. No, let's do it next time. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't either, Jay. You just like the action parts as well, which I don't so much. Dusko Popov, the real inspiration for James Bond. Oh, I like that. Yeah, like the James Bond movies, they are more on the action side, right? There's a story, there's a bit of spycraft in there, but it's more action than subtleness. It's more mainstream. I like more the subtle arts there, the sneaky stuff, as Jay would say. There's this one trick that one of the characters used it, and it's like super basic, but I absolutely appreciated how it was highlighted in the episode. So the main guy comes into a room, and he immediately gets this feeling that he's being fooled, he's being Mumbai bussed. So that the person he's talking with is taking him for a spin, or however you term it. Like, they're not being upfront with him. And in that room, there is another guy, like a newer guy, who is like just in the background listening to stuff. So what he does is he leaves his coat in the room, and then he goes out. So he forgets his code, and so the main guy forgets his code. So then what that triggers is that this guy in the background is forced to come out of the room, catch up to him, and give back his code. But that actually gives him time to talk to that background guy one-on-one without the Mumbai busing person in the scene. And that gives him an opportunity to peek behind the scenes and really like uncover what the heck is happening. It's just like a super subtle move, but it's super smart. Like purposely leaving something behind to isolate your target, or however they term it. Those are the things I like, the subtle things like that. There's another one, Inside Man. Oh yeah, I think that's new. Is that the Mossad? The Mossad, the Israeli intelligence, I think that is, right? I think I want to watch that as well. Alright, Chi. Thanks, man. Oh, thanks for resubbing, Chi. Yeah, I see your logo now. Sorry about that. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Inside Job was 2010. Too many films with the same name. Inside Job and Inside Man, those are different. Oh my goodness, John Wick. What do you think? Based on all the things I've said, what do you think? But no, in truth, we watched John Wick basically because we saw that John Wick 3 was coming out a few months back, and we thought, what is this John Wick hype all about? All over social media about the dog, and everyone was raving like, "Ooh, John Wick 3, it's going to be out." So we Mrs. Clumsy and I watched it. We watched 1 and 2. And when we watched 1, we're like, wow, this is like super action intensive, but very interesting. The action scenes, even though I don't focus much, I appreciated it because it was very well thought of. And there was a bit of story in there. So there was like intriguing, like, okay, what will happen next? What will he do? Or how can we get away from this? So there's a bit of intrigue. So we watched 1, we continued watching 2, and then we went to the theater to watch 3. But 3, I don't know. My dad and my brother absolutely loved it. Probably because it was more intense in action scenes. But for me, the story was gone. It was like some guy looking for revenge, or I don't know, just making up excuses to make action scenes. So it's like, after the end of the movie, okay, we're never going to watch 4. That is the end of the John Wick series for us. Inside Man Most Wanted had the working title Inside Man 2. So 2 Inside Men? That's true. Inside Man 2 is just Inside Men, right? We're confused now. John Wick is based on a book. I'm hoping the book has more story than that. But the John Wick 1, I like. 2, it's okay. 3, I hate. It was all just about the action. Hey, Sky! Thanks for 3 months and congrats on the bronze, however you call that color, bronze badge. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing actually. Oi! Nope, not moving an inch. Oh crap, bad timing. Hi, Mr. Officer. Not doing anything. Wasn't me. Right, let's go. My collar. Huh. That's strange. Maybe he crashed into something. Broke his engine or something. Engine failure. GG, man. Thanks, guy. Yeah, to go pee real bad. Yeah. Couldn't hold it anymore. Oh, the mag. Yeah, I get the Baba Yaga, but that's the story. A man out to get you. But the action scenes are cool. Don't get me wrong; they're like next level. They're amazing. But that's not what I'm looking for in a movie. So I didn't like it. But yeah, as I mentioned, my dad and my brother absolutely loved it. They're very much into the action movies as well. So I'd take a forgotten coat over a fancy action scene any time of the day. Very different taste for me, I guess. That's me. He was wearing huggies though. Have a good night, wise man. Thanks for dropping by. And take a picture of the Renault next time you see one. Real spies would always go for a subtle notch. Yeah, exactly. And it's just amazing, like the network that they build over the years, the contacts. And you see this guy, like if you watch Homeland, this old guy, like I don't know how old he is, 60 or something, but he looks real old. He's like full beard and everything, and he's like you wouldn't see him in an action scene. You push him, it's over. But he's like one of the main guys in the show, and he knows so many people. He's like very intense, like interrogation techniques and all that stuff. Super cool. Like if you take him away from the series, I'm not sure if I'll still watch. Like he's one of the coolest guys there. Oh, look at that! I just praised the old guys. Which I'm not saying you are, but just an open statement. Oh my goodness, that looks lovely. That looks lovely. Let's take a photo here. It looks like we'll need the help of our engine braking. Let's see. Oh yeah. That works for me as long as the visibility, the render distance can handle it at least. By the way, I think I've decided, guys, on the upgrade topic. I think I will be holding off my upgrade for now for this year. I'll be saving up and I'll be waiting for flights in 2020 to know exactly what it needs, and then I'll upgrade. See, I think upgrading is cool, but it wouldn't do much for me at the moment. Alright, NL, have a good night, man. Thanks for spending your Friday midnight with us. Have a great weekend. Take one on that bridge coming up too. Oh yeah, for sure. No reverse psychology this time, huh? There we go. Full on Jake braking. Ooh, train. Lovely. Love that. Easy, easy, Tom. Don't worry, we'll take some pictures. No worries, man. Here we go. There, that's going to hit that spot. By the way, any news on NL, Natural Lux? I haven't been up to date with the Discord for, as always, last on the news. Not sure if anyone's been active in there. Any announcements or whatnot. Last I heard, Kirill was looking for volunteers, looking to grow the team. So if you guys are interested in joining the NL team, please contact him directly. I can't remember what exact roles he needs, but yeah, if you think you can help, contribute something, go and check him out. Stop making pictures sound so dirty. Ooh, is what I'm saying dirty, or is it your mind? Thanks, Alex. Check who out. Check the mod author of Natural Lux, which is Kirill. Oh, what's his Gearshift trucker? Did I get it right? Oh man, brain fart. Good, I'm happy with that. Why not? Basing on his profile pic, he's a good-looking guy. Nightbot is such an amateur. Has nothing on AlexBot. I love that spouting sound. How do you describe it? Gurgling. Oi! Oi! I guess I wasn't in the right lane. Other modding news is bad. Oh, what's up? Got banned in the forums. Well, he did say he did stop already before, so here's to hoping it's not permanent. Oh my goodness, now that's bad. Dean had a stroke. Oh, I hope he gets better. Goodness, I remember Lean had some health problems before. Hopefully he gets through this one too. And this is absolutely lovely scenery. Not many bad effects from the stroke, but there was hearing loss. Oh my goodness. That is indeed sad. So he's going to stop modding now. Well, yeah. Respect his decision. His legacy for us would be the Renault Range T sounds. Thanks for all the hard work, Lean, and hoping for your recovery. And that's sad indeed. Thanks for sharing. Had some mistakes and he couldn't hear it. Oh, for real? Wow. Yeah, that does sound bad. Goodness, didn't realize it was that serious. Ooh, where did that chopper come from? What does it mean when you say turnpike again? The turnpike term is being used in Homeland quite a bit. Turning off the turnpike. Is that just the interstate? Or is it a specific highway? I remember the turnpike doubles because those doubles are mostly driving on the turnpikes. But the turnpikes themselves, can't remember. Usually a toll road can mean a general highway. So this one, we can call this a turnpike loosely. Ah, fancy, Jay. Mod powers. Amazing. But you've basically made AlexBot obsolete. Not sure how AlexBot would feel about that. I think Jay's on Nightbot's side, man. USA reworks mod is nearing completion. Nice. It's not amused. Awesome stuff, Jay. Thanks for that. There you go. Tested and working. And these US roads. There's a certain feeling when driving on American roads. It gives you that feeling of space. Just like you can go anywhere. And it's something I definitely don't feel in real life because where I live is very constrained when it comes to real estate. So this is definitely a very welcome feeling for me. Like the feeling of expansiveness. You feel redundant. Well, you can always time out Nightbot. Or can you? Please don't try it. Mod versus Nightbot. So what have you guys been watching? Watching any series? Any YouTubers? Any specific videos? For me, it's mostly Homeland and Flight Sim 2020 updates. Goodness, that Flight Sim is going to make waves. It will be a real game changer. Not only in the Flight Sim world, I believe, but in gaming as a whole. Because that concept of how does it work? Streaming content from the servers. Oh my goodness, that's just mind-blowing how they're doing that. All the different Microsoft technologies, just having all those synergies. That is super smart. Jay still sends in Gamers Nexus videos. Makes sense. Shopping for parts. Have you decided on any other parts yet? Which one are you looking at now? Motherboard? Are you planning to go Intel or AMD? What did I hear last time? I think there was a news article about AMD and how much its market share was. I think it was really growing, like, I can't remember the figure. Around 60%? I can't remember, but yeah, it's getting massive. You've pretty much decided on the major parts. Nice. What are you getting? Intel. Oh, supreme single core performance. i9 9900K. All the nines. How fast does that go in terms of clock speed? Oh, it goes massive, huh? 5 point something gigahertz. There you go. And that's not even overclocked, I guess. The 3600, the 3 Ryzen 3rd Gen, I think can only go up to what? 44? 4600? Something like that. Megahertz. 286. Old school computing. Oh, I remember this part. I think in my first Oregon video, this is where we went. Is there a train? Yes, there is. 10 gig. Is that possible? Like an SLI config but for CPUs. Goodness. It's lagging? Not lagging anymore. Maybe a while ago. There you go. Go. How do you get 10 gigahertz? What technology does that entail? Is there a way to like use 2 cores together? Just that's what I was thinking. Which made me think when Jay said that. Is that real now? Mumbai CPUs. But that could be a thing, right? Motherboard with 2 slots for CPUs. If you could have 2 GPUs, why not 2 CPUs? Yeah. There you go. Let's see if we can park this thing. Very nice exterior sounds. Very boomy, but clean. That should work, I think. Ease that up. Yeah, that guy looks like he's not too scared. So we should be on the right track here. There we go, perfect. Motherboard already has 2+ slots, but for servers, not for consumer PCs. So maybe it will come to consumer PCs eventually. Let's see. What's up next? Where can we go? Olympia, go up, back? Oh, dang it. Is there nothing going where we want to? Let's go and check all the contracts. Those are not very good choices. That one can work, but it's a bit far. Not yet, Tom. We're doing it now. I think we're only at 4 or 5 maybe. Yeah, 5 now. Maybe let's... how do you refresh the job? External contracts? I guess there's no way to force it to refresh. I mean, we could press that, but I guess it only updates every minute or so. Everything is going back to Washington. Take us out, guys. That job didn't log either. Goodness, what's happening? Huh. Let me try and quit the game. Let's try and see if that will work the second time around. And we'll look in the log if it registers. Okay. 2CN is lower than i9 9900. It's mostly for multiprocessing, I guess, huh? Not for single core performance. Which motherboard are you getting, Alex? So let's see. Logit is there. Logit is initialized. Yeah, looks like it's working. Although it did say user authentication failed. Ah, yeah, I think there's an error. There are 5 gigahertz with a slight overclock. Nice. Wait, let me see, huh? How do we make this work? Nah, I'll fix it next time. That's okay. It's not critical that we'll have it logged anyway. Maybe something... When was the last time I played ATS? Shouldn't have been that long ago. My logit client should be still updated. And it's only installing supposedly one time. For both. Yeah, let's see. EVGA. I heard that's a very good brand. I haven't had that yet. We don't have a lot of EVGA here in Asia. Or in Singapore at least. Most of the suppliers here carry Gigabyte, MSI, Asus. Not sure about the others. EVGA is a bit... I see some, but not a lot. I've heard a lot of people looking for that though. So I'm not sure why it hasn't come here. ASRock. So, yeah. So it's... Is it also the same for UJ? Okay, yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that's perfect. Portland to Burns. Making our way south. Yeah, Gigabyte, Asus, and MSI. For my next motherboard, I don't think I'll be getting Gigabyte anymore. They've lost my... I've lost faith in them. My current motherboard is Gigabyte. It's not stable. It's so this motherboard has like a dual BIOS setup, so you can go to your backup BIOS if the main one fails. And I think that's exactly the case for me. You remember that time when I had to travel and the PC was off for a while? When it went back on, I had some trouble getting it back. Apparently, the main BIOS does not work anymore. It just restarts. I can't even go into the BIOS screen. Like if you press del, it just restarts. So I have to manually enable the backup BIOS using some combination of the power and reset keys. So right now I'm on my secondary BIOS. That's the one I updated. But if I turn off my PC completely, when I turn it back on, it's going to be defaulting to the main BIOS again. So it will start restarting again. So I have to enable manually the secondary BIOS. So it's a bit... Yeah, so I just leave my PC on. Well, I leave the power on. So maybe it's on standby the entire time. But yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. So Gigabyte has lost my trust. So I think next time I'll go back to Asus or try MSI. Asus has been pretty good for me so far. Yeah, steering wheel did lower. Part of the interior exterior reworks mod. Oh, MSI also has some problems with that. Asus has issues too. Yeah, I think all of them have. I guess it would be mostly based on your experience with them. What is this guy doing? Should I like give him some space? Easy to fix. Oh, that sounds great. How do you do it? I tried resetting it, removing the battery. It's not totally uncalled for in my opinion, because if the main BIOS has failed, it's like the secondary, it's still working, but I mean, having to keep it open just so I won't have to go through the trouble of using those backup steps. That's a bit of a... And it's only like what, 2 years old? It's not good performance in my opinion. So I have lost faith with them. Because the previous motherboard I had, it was working great. I only had to replace it because I had to switch CPUs. But how do you flash it if you can't get into the BIOS screen? I also tried there's this jumper step, I think, like you put a screwdriver on the two nodes, connect them so it resets everything. I tried that, and still the main BIOS won't boot up, just resets. Let's see, where is this? 19 miles. Okay, that's fine. Let's pick this up from there. Huge mods list. Yeah, it's been growing through the years. Like her steering wheel lower when she drives. Why? Yeah, some people recommended it. Googling it, recommending that jumper cable thing to reset all the settings in the BIOS. And I think it did reset them, but yeah, it's still broken. Ah, there you go, the CMOS. What does that do in reality? What is that for? Weird. Yeah, I guess the VT log plugin isn't working for ATS for me. Let's see if this reset thing works better. That's a very nice trailer, by the way. Traffic Maniac at work. So I'm not sure what else I can do. Unless you can do something even if you cannot go into the BIOS. Maybe that's something I can try. So what I'm thinking is, if or when the secondary BIOS also gives out, then I'll upgrade. Or FS 2020, whichever comes first. And then I'll switch to a different brand. Too bad we don't have a trailer. CMOS stores some of the BIOS settings. Ah, there you go. Like systems time, date. So I was hoping if I reset that, it would reset the BIOS settings that got corrupted or something. But apparently it didn't. Through Windows. Yeah, I tried that before, I think. I'm not so sure if you can update it, like if you're loading using the secondary BIOS, can Windows update the main BIOS? Might be worth checking out. Alright, thanks Jay. They highly don't recommend that option though. They always say go into the BIOS to update it. But yeah, I don't have that option. At least not for the main one. How about you, Jay? What was the brand of your motherboard? No, there is no switch. For this motherboard, at least there is no switch. The way to switch from main to secondary is to hold the power and reset buttons for like 20 seconds. And when the BIOS starts up again, it will start using the secondary one. Gigabyte also. That's the one which gave out, right? But maybe that's yours is just like a factory defect thing. And it happens for every brand. Fancy, fancy. Let's pick it up. Power weather fluctuation thingy. Ah, I see. So some kind of voltage surge, whatnot. So no motherboard could have survived. There you go. Nice. take that, thank you. Some capacitor exploded inside. Wow, that's a very nice tanker. Wonder what that contains. Milk? I don't know, maybe not. Very subtle sounds. The motherboard was doing some spy things as well. It's so subtle, doesn't even turn on anymore. Alright, Black Fox, enjoy. And thanks for hanging out with us. See you next time. Good night. Oh, come on. I was over the line already. That is what we call entrapment. Or maybe not. Traffic Maniac doesn't have classic cars in ATS, huh? Well, that would have been nice. Only Jessica has. Okay. I don't think I'll be using that then. We need fuel. Where's our fuel tank? Yeah, we're good. We are good. These guys are pretty slow. Oh, don't leave me hanging. No, you stay. There we go. So yeah, it would have been nice to have that indicator thing. Does anyone know if there are other suppliers for it? Fire the driver when you get back. I know, right? By the way, Jack, did you see that video I posted in Space Sim? There's a new MMO centered around space, massive space battles or something. Looks fancy. Not sure what else it does though. But Obsidian Ant featured it in one of his videos, so it appeared in my feed. Let's see. Here we are. Good. I wonder how I can get that. See, so and yeah, I watched that indicator video you guys showed me from who's that DIY guy? The DIY YouTube channel. Looks really cool. Entails some 3D printing, but that was super nice. 3D printing and cabling and whatnot. I don't think you can sell your weapons there. Oh, that's a deal breaker. the fun in that? AM Studio, that's the one. Yes. Hey Rohan, how have you been, man? Busy at school? Is there any other game coming up on your radar? Looking forward to anything? Is this where we go? Yes, it is. Look at that moon from afar. Very nice. School and work. You're working already? What work are you doing? Where are we anyway? We should be headed to Burns. I guess we're here? City Center. Hey, thank you for the host. Hyperactive male. Appreciate that. What is all about the no-ness? Who started saying no to whom? He did. Mom! Oh, that's nice. Whose house is that? Under construction. Slow, slow, slow. This looks looks like a nice cozy place. They might not appreciate me Jake breaking all my way through here though. Just got your first paycheck too. Nice. Why would you quit though? Not good there. What do you do? But that's great, you're working already. Getting some experience in the quote-unquote adult world. And then you'll have to pay taxes. I don't like it. Make sure to put some money in your Roth IRA. Start the clock. $25 taken from taxes. Not too shabby. %, not bad. Isn't there like a minimum? Not sure how it's called, like a minimum wage thing. Like if you're not earning above a certain amount, you don't get taxed. Because I remember here in Singapore there is something like that. Saving for PC now. Nice. Welcome to adulting. Start your Roth IRA, man. That's pro advice right there, if you haven't already. $10 is minimum wage. So if it's below that, you don't get taxed. You have the grammarian correcting you now. Whatever. Exactly. Still have my shifting habits from ATS. Always clutching all the time. But man, the tax laws in the US is so overly complicated, huh? Goodness. I guess taxes for you guys, especially Alex, might be a bit of a pain. Do you have someone taking care of that for you? Every, I don't know, April or something? When is it? $363,000. Nice. What is the goal again? Oh no, I love paying taxes. Paying money to the man. Who doesn't? I think one thing, it's not only the paying which is painful, it's the computing. Oh, here we go. $1 million is the goal, I see. Yuck. I wish they had, instead of counting the number of jobs, I wish they had like a mileage relevant goal, so you can take like one super long job and it counts the same as taking multiple mini jobs. So that would make it more, because I know a lot of people like the long hauls and it's a bit of a turn off having to do multiple short jobs to make it effective. Some nice night lights in here. Not able to appreciate the scenery so much though because of it. We'll have to sleep soon if we pass by any rest areas or so. I think they should have made it 12 jobs in ATS and 12 jobs in ETS too. Ouch. That's painful. Yeah, even for me, 12 jobs might be a bit of a tall order. Slackers. There we go. Applied for retail now. Oh, you have to pay for your gas now? Your parents don't pay for you anymore? Oh. Haven't played ATS for almost a month. Is that you, Alex? Our ATS guy. Are you sick? Something must be up. No, but yeah, I completely understand. Not much has been happening on the ATS world compared to ETS2. Everyone gets paid monthly. They do, but they won't now because you got your pay. Is that why you're quitting? So they can pay for your gas again? We are in Oregon. How's it normally paid for that kind of job? Is it day by day, week per week? Rohan is that guy you pass on the road driving 20 miles to save his gas. He's just cruising along like Scotsman, pushing his car so it doesn't cost as much. Surprisingly, it's true. Now you have an excuse for your slow driving. There you go. Thanks, Jay. Anyone watching, feel free to check out those links to the pink ribbon charity pack DLCs from SCS. All proceeds will be donated to breast cancer awareness and research foundations. Speaking of foundations, we started watching Bill Gates' mini-series on Netflix. Goodness, I didn't know he was doing so many things outside Microsoft. Whenever I hear Bill Gates, all I could think of is like Microsoft. But now he's like really involved in helping people in developing countries. It's amazing how much that entails. Providing proper sanitation, water supply, eradicating polio. Man, those are worthy causes. Yeah, I had no idea. I was not really keeping tabs on him. Like, all I knew from him is that he is the Microsoft guy. Pirates of Silicon Valley. That does sound very familiar. I think we watched it at some point in school, but I guess, yeah, for sure I've forgotten about it. Did someone say pirates? There you go. Creation and development of Microsoft. Ah, I see. Nice. That would be very inspiring. There you go. Thanks, Jay. Someone's taking over the stream. Thanks for that. It's not very flattering of Bill Gates. Oh, really? I see. New interview on MKBHD with the CEO of Microsoft. What is MKBHD? There is a new what is this? Microsoft is coming out with this new phone. Mrs. Clumsy is quite interested in it. The Duo? I forgot the name. It's like a foldable phone which looks better than the Samsung one. It's starting to become a thing now. Phones with folding screens and whatnot. We are now in Bend. Let's leave that there. Biggest tech, one of the top YouTube channels. Hi, Pierre. Yeah, I think Microsoft is doing really great things. There was a time where they seemed like they laid low or got left with the times, but now I don't think that's the case anymore. I think they are there in like almost every area of technology. Even flight sims. Well, they were the pioneers, but they're at it again. Graphics card wink wink. A 2080 Ti expensive? I hope so too. I hope so too. Yeah. And I hope it releases soon. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, that helps. Is this where we exit? I think so. Let's make a deal. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Ray tracing Minecraft. The dream. That's the goal. What is that thing? It's a garage. Let's go and stop over there and sleep. I think we can do that. If we can fit in there at least. Quake 2 RTX. Goodness, Quake 2. Classic. There's a gas station up ahead. No, I don't need it. Still halfway. No, I don't. Quake 2 RTX. Isn't there a Quake 3 already? Like 20 years ago? For free. Good to know. Quake 2 came out like a few months ago. Ah, the RTX one. I see. And you don't need an RTX graphics card for it? Let's buy this guy. Buy this just so we can sleep. You do. I see. Yeah. Free games are amazing. Unfortunately, time isn't free. Untitled Goose Game. Oh yeah. I had to look at it from what Barry showed. It looked very interesting. Like a puzzle game. What Tom showed. Barry was playing it, Tom showed the link. There we go. How can we sleep? Goat Simulator Rebadge. But I think it has a great concept. Because from what I understand, it's like you have certain objectives. I don't know. From what I got in the video at least, they didn't explain much. But it seemed like you could, like, I don't know, the goal is to get the guy's glasses. Or, I don't know, run from the guys as a goose. You have to do some stuff to distract them. It's like Spycraft. It's like a spy game. But you're a goose. But you have to do some very subtle things to do it. Why can I not sleep? Maybe I just have to detach. There you go. That works. Oh, beautiful sounds. iPhone 11, is that the phone with the 3 cameras, which is triggering a lot of the, what kind of phobia is that? Trichtophobia or something? Yeah, like I think 3 cameras is like the minimum nowadays for the phones. Mine only has 1, well 2, including the front. But now I think the minimum is 3 at the back and 1 in front. Detach the trailer in exactly the same position to sleep. You know, right? Strange. Maybe you should enable the early autumn mod for this one as well. I'm not sure if for ATS it's updated. Wide range zoom. I'm not up to speed with all the technologies and games. I did like very much the camera on the latest Google Pixel though. Is that 3? Google Pixel 3. When we were at Bali, one of our friends had that phone and he was always the designated photographer because he took such amazing shots, especially at night. The software on that is just like Google level, so yeah, understandably it did a very good job lighting up it was super dark in reality, but goodness, it looked like daytime on the photo, in a good way, not in an overblown way. The night mode on iPhone 11 is pretty great too. The only thing there is it's an iPhone. No, but I'm not ready to get sucked back into the iOS world. I pretty much like the Android, how do you say, ecosystem. So iPhones are off limits for me. What's that in normal? Which one? Am I missing some stuff? Medium warm to almost cold. Have I missed a conversation? Wait, I'm getting left behind. Maybe my brain started to shift off. This is where we're going. I think for my next phone, if ever this one gives out, I'll seriously look into Google. It dropped from 80 to 50 today. So that's weather. I didn't even understand the context. It's like 80 to 50. Is that the price? Is that speed? Is that... Yeah, I got confused. Mine also. There's no such thing as an F unit of measure. Oh goodness, which reminds me, I still haven't checked my winter gear. I have to get it ready. Start washing them and stuff, making sure they're still wearable. This guy wants a race. Okay, maybe not. You win, fine. Drop From 95 on Wednesday and Friday night, it's going down to 45. Wow. Sounds intense. I have no clue how cool that is, but yeah, it sounds extreme. Yeah, I also thought that was the price of the iPhone. Like 80 bucks? That seems a bit cheap. Whoops, didn't see you there. Look at that, absolute blind spot. Goodness. Sneaky car. Must be spy. This guy must be a spy. Fly in the wall. Car in the truck. That's my car. Going at 20 miles per hour. Makes sense. The early auto mod is updated for ATS. Oh, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I missed it. I didn't seek. You've been seeked. I think there are way too many sports cars though in this traffic pack. Feels like we are in a Test Drive Unlimited or Forza Horizon. Or what's that Forza game where you drive all over the map? Is the car still in front of us? The truck feels kind of slow. I don't know why. Clumsy towing services. My car. See ya. We even have an escort. Look at this Greyhound. Making sure the car can't escape. Nope. I don't think they'll be bending with us though. We'll see until where we can get it. Lexus LFA. I have no clue. Oh, there it is. Bye. Oh, too bad. Can't take her with us anymore. See ya. By the way, how's our cat doing? Still sleeping soundly. Like nothing happened. Rip the car's brake pads. Wasn't my fault. They were hiding from us. That's what you get when they don't show up. Went from 35 to 7. Oh yeah. That's a huge jump, goodness. I wasn't watching it. That's true. I guess I'll only know if I smell it. Why is it like that, you know? Like, cats really make, like, they really poop bad, you know? They like, their poop smells so bad. Like, some animals have, like, how do you say, civil poops? They're like there, but they're not disturbing you. The cats, I don't know what they eat, but it's intense. Goodness. It's welcome to the peeing and pooping stream. You don't want to smell it, but if you're in the vicinity, you want to breathe. The peeing and pooping stream, everybody. Welcome and join us in the fun. Cats have worked generations to achieve that smell. I think they have. I think they purposely had that mission. When we poop, it has to smell intense so that we can take our revenge on these puny humans. Show them who's boss. Stuff like that. Cats are similar to men. They sleep, eat, play, and poop. That sounds accurate. Base price of a Lexus LFA $375K and came back to cat. Blame that guy. Woo. Blame that guy. Pretending he's sleeping when he did something and it smells funny in here now. Open the windows. Goodness. Speaking of poop, we had that one time. We were bringing home a puppy. She was a German Shepherd, but we didn't know that she had some problems with digestion during the time when we took her home. So she was in the back of the car, and when we were near home, like we were in the gate of our house, we started smelling something funny. So like, what the heck is that smell? And when we looked at the back, it's like, oh no. I couldn't even remember how we cleaned that, but yeah, it was not it's not a normal thing, if the dog has problems with the digestion, or how do you call it, LBM, or there's another term for it. In the Philippines we call it LBM, in Singapore they call it different. I'm not sure how they call it over there. But yeah, it's not going to be easy to pick up. It's going to be impossible to pick up. You have to like mop it, or I don't know, sweep it. And the cat is blaming you. Maybe it was me. I have to check my pants. Goodness. But yeah, that dog was memorable, very memorable. She passed away since years ago though, but yeah, those were the days. I did not start this conversation. I think it was way better when we had food talk before. Now pee and poop talk, not so appetizing, huh? Now we need a sick bag. You're not even flying. That's the effect of clumsy trucking, I think. You did. It's the cat. Blame the cat. I knew it. Goodness. The infamous meow. Oh my goodness, yeah. That will work. That doesn't. Alex did it. He started it. Speed ahead. There you go. Maybe let's switch gears. Change topic, guys, quickly, before we drown in poopiness. Food talk might not be the best transition though, so maybe something a bit more subtle. Alex is actually the name of your past cat, and she looked just like that. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's cool. So that's why you chose Alex. So all this time we've been calling your cat. Fancy trailer. Played hunting the other night and the Cape Buffaloes were waiting for Alex outside the tent. Oh, they learned. They learned their lesson. Not this time, bro. And she always blamed me for the smell. I would blame you too. They were, and they killed you twice. Who knew the AI could be that smart, huh? No, that's amazing AI. Jack hid in the tent. Why didn't you? Entering Burns. Weren't we in Burns like hours ago? Goodness. I'm sure you didn't laugh at all. I'm sure you just went up and tried your very best to help out. That's Jack as we know him. Yep. By the way, any news on that Pro Mods Truckers MP update? Didn't we hear something about end of September or start of October? Hola! Hey Ig! How are you? Have you been hunting, flying, or trucking? Or something else? Not your fault, couldn't aim because of laughing too much. At that close, I don't think you would even need to aim. Pro Mods Heights. Oh yeah, that would be nice. Can't rely on Jay on that. He might get cleaned up if he says something wrong. FS Airlines addicted. Nice. What are you flying? I'm still tempted to get the TBM 900. Super expensive. But if I'm getting back into GA, I think that would be it. Running in circles and screaming, and all you could hear was giggling. Oh, I can imagine. 8410. Is that the plane you had the screenshots of? It's very nice. How does it work with FS Airlines? You have to buy planes and you have to buy routes. So you can't get any plane and get any route. It depends on what the airline has. I haven't explored it much yet. Or the SAV 340. Nice. Where are we parking this thing? There. Wow. Blindside. Don't like that. You need to buy planes and then you create routes. I see. Okay. So how do you like it versus FS Economy? Aren't they a bit similar in that regard? Well, I guess FS Economy is not really a virtual airline, huh? Most you could do is buy as a group, buy a plane as a group. Similar, but this is way more up to date and you can fly where you want. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Because FS Economy, you'd have to look for a job that goes there. Or people that go there. Oh, this is not going to end well. One sec, let's have a look. Eek. That van is absolutely in the worst position ever. Yeah, let's see if I can make this work. This will take a bit of time, I think. Okay, I think we've cleared the van. And I absolutely cannot see anything anymore. Oh, looks like I hit something. Might be that garbage bin. Spin it around and go out the gate halfway in the reverse. Yeah, that would be the easier way. That would be the more practical way, that's true. Reverse it. Not rely on this blindside thing. Okay, we missed it. Hey Tucson. Or Rob, should I say good evening. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Are you an ATS ETS2 fan, or maybe both? Best way maybe an FS airline is on Blackboard. Say which route and which planes you would like us to buy. I see. Toles Zibo will be next. Oh yes, please get the Zibo or Toles. If you can manage, I can fly those. I think I joined already, right? In your airlines. Just haven't flown anything yet. That should work. Great to hear, Rob. That's a bit off, but I think we can make it work. That guy is not helping us one bit. That must be Jack laughing. Tube lines are a priority. Nice. Great to hear, man. Looking forward to it. So did you guys get a membership? I heard you had to have the paid subscription so you can start a company. There you go. And does it also have some similar elements of like SimBuddy where you like have to take care of the passengers? I think I read something about that from the discussions on Discord. Nice, so we are halfway there. Good one. How this event will be concluded on Sunday, 20th of October. Dang it, I'm not sure if I can finish that within that time. Okay, we'll see. We still have time though. Let's go and work for it. Got the gold one, €6. €6 for a year? Well, that's pretty cheap. It's nice. Lakeview, perfect. Yes, head south. The one to create manage VA is €30 a year. Wow. Ah, that's more expensive. Some nice hidden benefits too. Free rent aircraft. That sounds nice. Free flight tickets to travel. Wow, just like in real life, huh? Well, not free. But so if you want to go to a different place, you have to fly there or like travel there. It's interesting. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to say hi so we can give you a proper hello. FS Airlines, that's a great discovery. You have to be at the airport where the plane is to book a flight. And the plane is, I guess, only in a certain like location. If you fly to somewhere, then it will stay there. You have to start from there. Hey Litlinks, thanks for joining us and thanks for following. Appreciate that. Planes are persistent too. Wow, very realistic. There we go. Let's just let these guys pass. You can move, but it takes real time to do. Wow. Because I started in Innsbruck when I made my profile and I left it there and I wasn't sure what to do. Cool, I'll explore it next time. Just made it to Vegas on ATS MP. Nice. And I just missed my turn. Make a U-turn here. Don't crash into that guy maybe. Touring move plane is not available. Makes sense. I guess it's that one. And no trucks allowed. Whoops, my bad. Alright. We're here. Where's that darn trailer? There you go. How are the players on MP in ATS? Do you have a lot of people? You see a lot of people on the road? I remember in MP, ETS2 was the more, how do you say, populated one the last time I was checking. I think I tried ATS once, but I didn't see anybody on the road. Only tried it a short time though. Yeah, cool. Go. Darn trailer. This is a term of endearment. We have a thing. Yes, X camera. Absolutely essential if you have track IR. Because the built-in track IR support is absolute garbage. Can't even adjust your view. Yeah, head shake also. I'm thinking if I want to get XP realistic, but I haven't gotten to that yet. I only have a head shake for now. Yes, I fly too. Usually every Wednesdays, but not this week. We were streaming ETS2 for the Pink Charity event this week. Next week maybe. Can't get head shake to work properly. Ah, interesting. For me it was basically plug and play. Put it in the plugins folder, enabled it in X camera, and it was working by default. Maybe it depends on the plane. Keeps rotating camera a few degrees. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's great, Elite. Thanks. How did you find me, by the way? It's always an interesting question. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I like to do more flying. If I could. It just takes so much time. We can actually speed up. Lucky for me. Thanks. Flies after having some tequilas. Also during. Good to know. Thanks. Oh. Let's give this guy a bit of space. Been too busy. Well, at least you were driving in real life, Rohan, right? That's amazing stuff. Have you noticed any stutters? I have not. Well, there were a few, but I don't think enough for me to complain. I think it was pretty smooth so far for me. That's actually a very good topic. Have you guys been able to test on your end how it works with the freight market versus cargo market in terms of stutters? Having an own trailer? It's not OBS, I think. It's ATS because my ATS screen actually stuttered for a bit. Just a bit. Last you played ATS, you had no stutters. You're having very few stutters in ETS2 now. With a freight market trailer. Because that was an interesting topic. For those who haven't seen it, I posted a link in the Discord server, Truck Sim channel. And for those who are new, feel free to join us in our Discord server. The ! Discord gets you that invite, where we have a lot of sharing, discussions, and just hanging around. This awkward. Close enough. That you did get a couple when doing the World of Trucks jobs. Ah, interesting. Maybe it's Traffic Maniac? Don't know who else to blame. But yeah, I posted a link to a forum thread in SCS forums. There was a guy who was testing driving with a freight market and driving with a cargo market job. So he like own trailers versus having no own trailers. And he was noticing that he was getting more stutters, significantly more stutters in the own trailer when he had an own trailer with him. And that was very weird. I would never have thought that was a possible cause. So I wanted to test it for myself as well. There you go, Discord. Nothing to see. COD Black Ops 3 is 50% off. So how much is it now? $30? Some problem with job generation. It could be, yeah. That was the problem before, right? But it was with regard to the drivers. When we had that huge stutter problem, which was caused by those, if you had drivers. I'm not sure how it would work with cargo markets. Maybe there's a different logic in generating the jobs in a cargo market. The log isn't very helpful when it comes to the stutters. It's not very descriptive. Yeah, that works. Family sharing thing. Should stream it. Whoa, 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 whoa! Phew! Close call. That woke me up. Goodness. Nothing to see. Nothing to see here. Change underwear. That tube just got used. We'll have to replace our mags now. What is this? What is it? Massively absorbent gear or something? My back. Nothing to see. There you go. Yeah, the mag is all used up. We need a new one. I blame those bends. No! Okay, let's just maybe sneak up on these guys a little. Is this a random event? We're just going to test if the random event does give you penalties. Okay, that's bad. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Sorry. Causing mayhem in traffic now. This is like Filipino driver 101. This is what we do. We counter flow and then we get everybody stuck. This is how it works in real life, guys. This hits too close to home. No Grey Mother now. Yeah, I wonder where she is. She hasn't come out in a while. Sure you got your trucker's license? I'm wondering about that too. I didn't think that was needed. What trucker's license? Oh crap. Dang it! Twitch doesn't handle the notification part. I think bits is what it means. I think we're in trouble now, guys. I'll just pull over to the side so I don't get anyone in trouble. Pro trucker. I'll get out of everyone's way. We. The cat is jumping out now. I blame the cat. We didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Well, it was. Goodness, look at that line. I don't want to wait that long though. I'll try again. I'm not reversing in the opposite lane of traffic. There we go. Alright, I'll show you another pro Filipino move here. Pro Filipino driving move. Counter flowing and then sneaking in like this, cutting the line. Yeah. Who's more afraid? Who's more afraid? See? That's pro moves right there. And then he got hit and now he's stuck behind the red light. Yeah, that's just skills. The Filipino driver in me comes out. There we go. Okay, we're out of that mess. You already threw Jack off the truck. Yeah, I think he was the first one out. Starts taking notes. Goodness. Yeah, it's that was a bit of a hairy situation. Past is the past. Let's forget about it. What was that thing? It's like a fountain? No, a geyser? It's interesting. That looks like something you'd see in Mexico Extremo. And I am out of my lane. That's cool. Take time. Oh, I missed it. Dang it, why did I miss that? I'm still traumatized by the incident we were in. It's a random event. Ah, cool. It's a random event not in the main road. Or maybe there was a side road there. Okay, we're here. We got in one piece. See, no damage on the trailer and cargo. That's how pro we are. You thought it was hairy, but yeah, still perfect. If you would call that perfect. Pagani. Oh, did you see the Pagani on the road? Of course, I don't recognize it. The new Ego model. Ego? That doesn't sound good. No, I didn't. What is that? Game give pity for charity. Not sure I'm helping the cause so much. Discord, you posted a pic. Not sure if I noticed it. Ah, yeah, I only noticed the workers. What is the ego thingy? Is that a truck? Yeah, the workers I remember. Right, I guess we deliver this to a FedEx. Okay, what should I look out for? What is this ego thing? A van, a car? Should be over there at the end. Very helpful. I'll let you do the spotting then. Then much more so, I let you do the spotting. I'm not gonna hit my trailer, am I? Might have a bit. SCS sneaked it in the new update. Not even sure what an ego is. Not sure I'll appreciate it. Oh crap. I'm too close here. It's not gonna work. Slide it up better. It's the thing that makes you think you can go wrong. Exactly. I think I have way too much of that already. I don't need to see it here. Way too much inside. Hello? There we go. Make it a more subtle turn. Not too sharp. Looks good. There we go. Oh, not too much. Not too much. That looks perfect. Not too perfect, but I'll take it. Turn it off. And voila. Voila. There you go. Nice. We're almost out of fuel. That's a quick one. Let's see if we can do one more. Here. That's not too bad. Actually, I'd like to go to Reading. Yeah, that looks better. So we cross different states in this stream. That looks good. Tailgaters counted too. How about Clumsy towing services? Unwanted towing services. Where's the trailer? Oh, there it is. Have you guys tried checking if in the cargo contracts, what do you call it, you can also find the event jobs? Because we've only been using the freight market, the external contracts. And that looks so good. The lighting here looks very nice. Let's take some photos here. I think this will be a perfect truck shot. Like so. Narrow field of view. Get the entire truck in view of that. Beautiful. That works. Let's get a bit wider, just a tad. That sure does it. Doing worse on the mileage. Might be because we're not on the interstate anymore. Remind me to gas up. I don't want needing emergency services soon. That won't be nice. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following, Rob. Appreciate that. Is that what's his name? Yeah, the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What's his name? Very famous dude. Super funny. I forgot. You guys know him. Old Spice guy. Yeah, Terry Crews. There you go, Terry Crews. Thanks. I think he even has a... Does he have a GPS voice nav mod? Can't remember. Yeah, there you go, Terry Crews. Amazing guy. Jacked up dude. Oh yeah. I remember that video where he was like... What is this? One sec. Is that... I thought it was Ronald McDonald from afar. Oh, but this one more like a cowboy. He has this video, Terry Crews, where he plays music instruments using his muscles. Is that real? My goodness, that's hardcore. Like he has like a sensor on his man chest and all the other like biceps and whatnot. And when he flexes them, it triggers a sound. So he makes like a... Oh, dang it. He does like a music composition with his muscles. Pink trees. Hey, Sparksaw. Welcome back, man. Woo! Beautiful sound. Beautiful bassy sound there in the exterior. That purr. Not like this guy. This guy's just out. Pink trees indeed. Very nice. Hello. Have you been, Sparksaw? Have you done any of the events? Any jobs in the event? Oh, that's beautiful. Taking one more photo, or a few more, for that matter. Because that view is a perfect Rohan shot, I believe. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Perfect. for a little bit of a different angle. Shh. Whoa! My bad, my bad. Alright. Welcome to California. The land of the 55 miles. You know it, Rohan. You know it. Is he still here? Is he here yet? He's not here. Maybe he's still busy somewhere. Wink, wink. There we go. Let's get some mileage going here. Perfect. Stick to 55 and just cruise. Did he upgrade? Oh, good for him. Now he can go for better NL settings. Better launch options. Do we have lights on already? I think I turned them on. Yeah. Rest area 1 mile. Should we rest, guys? I think it's a bit still too early. No, actually it's 8. But I do like the sunset look. Fast. Gee, we're just in time. Get out of range of that cop. Beautiful. Beautiful view. So it's the missus's birthday this weekend. We're planning to have a small getaway, staycation. And a bit of fancy dinner. I'll take some photos if I can. I'll share it with the group. One of those fine dining thingies with the humongous plate in the food just in the middle. But I started enjoying those. They're quite sophisticated. And it gives you actually what I like about it best. It's not really about the taste. Well, of course the taste is great, but the fact that you spend a very long time in the place and just are able to talk about so many topics, you know, like you get to spend like 3 hours together waiting for food, experiencing the food, and it's not rushing. It's really taking the time to enjoy the food. And then of course the taste. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Rohan. Thanks, Alex. I'll pass it along. Sidetrack the VR again. Nice. What are you playing in VR now? Have you tried getting into the games, like Elite or some other stuff? Thanks, Jay. Oh crap. Are we almost there? We're almost there. 124 miles. I think we're good. Let's go and check. There should be a way here, right? That's the engine. Range, that's the one. 163 miles. That's cutting it very close. That's cutting it very, very close. sleep watching. What do you mean? Oh crap. Not yet. Just some pure VR. VR pure games. Still need to get the cable. So he can see the monitor and VR headset at the same time. Oh yeah, that's right. So you need to connect both to the video card, I guess, right? Enjoy. I'm not even sure what time zone Jay lives in. It's like Jay can be awake at any time of the day. Oh, look at that sunset. Beautiful. Goodness. They're both HDMI, and his 2070 only has 1 and 4 display ports. Ah, I see. Need some kind of converter or something maybe. Got a chance to drive a Mercedes GLC 300. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fancy. How did it feel? First Merc you ever drove. Is that a new or a classic Mercedes? Oh, there's a fuel station right there. Saved. Nice. $2019, all spec'd out Merc. Nice. Congrats. I bet it felt amazing driving that thing, huh? How though? Were you guys shopping for a new car? Test drove something? Thought it would be just like any other SUV. Rohan stole a Merc, that's it. Got a chance to drive an SUV. That's a nice way of putting it. Until you drive when you can't express it, I can only imagine. Save. Pity the others on the road. So how does 20 miles per hour feel on the Merc versus your Civic? Family came over, talked about their new car, and they let you drive it. Nice. I had that same experience before. We had a family reunion at my grandma's place, and we had a relative, my mom's sister, who was quite well off, so they had a new car, and it was one of the cars we were looking at. We were thinking of buying eventually. We test drove it just around the village, nothing fancy, but that was the first time I felt like the lightest car ever I drove, where you could steer with one finger. I mean, nowadays most of the cars are like that, but that was the first time I've been able to drive something like that, super light. I think it was a Toyota RAV4. Back in the day. We can relate, yeah. Yeah, nowadays I have no clue about car models and stuff. I try not to tempt myself because I'll just get frustrated. You can't hear the outside wind noise in the car. No engine sound noise, not much. But it's not a hybrid or anything. $3,000 speakers. Wow. Nice. What brand were they? Bose? Or some fancy setup? V4 240 HP. Cool stuff, man. Ooh, that turned out pretty dark pretty fast, huh? Which is how it is usually in real life. One moment there's the sun, you blink, you look down, when you look up, it's nighttime like this. Steady, steady. There we go. Mercs usually have Harman Kardon. Ah, yeah, very famous brand as well. I think even some laptops have that kind of speaker system, but usually laptops don't have good speakers, huh? I mean, not in terms of bass. I guess you would really need a subwoofer for it. Or is that different now as well with technology and stuff? It's been a while since I looked at a modern laptop. Like nowadays they have these super fancy expensive sound bars, which is, I don't know, maybe it sounds so good already, but back in my day I was used to having like different setups. I think I mentioned before my dad used to be a home theater guy, so he has set up like 9 or 10 speakers all around the room, positioned differently, each one serving a different purpose. That's how I got used to like what a real decent sound system looked like. But that was like more than 10 years ago, and nowadays not sure if you can achieve that same level of sounds with a single soundbar or something. They are meh. Some laptops have it. Ultra super fancy gaming laptops. Alienware has a woofer too. Oh. Monitors nowadays have it too. That's great that they can squeeze in a subwoofer in a very limited space. I would have thought you would need a huge area for it, for the acoustics or whatnot. You had multiple speakers all around. Yeah. I remember he would be really sophisticated with that. He would position each speaker like nudge it 1 inch to the left, rotate it 1 inch to the right, and then once he got his perfect calibration, he would mark the surface with a pencil pen, so if ever it got nudged, he would be able to get it back. And then he had all these blue tack, so he blue tacked the speakers so they wouldn't move anymore from his perfect combination. Yeah, he was really he was a fan of the home theater system before, but nowadays he just watches movies on his iPad, or his tablet rather, with his earphones. He got too tired of the entire calibration thingy, and I think it makes too much noise. If you want theatrical effect, you need to place different speakers in different places, so still nothing beats that authenticity. I guess we can get some decent sounds now at least. Ooh, doubles. Traffic. You buy that set? Of course you do. Yeah, DTS. Yeah, I remember those times. Dolby Digital, First, I think THX, then Dolby Digital, and then DTS. Yeah, our subwoofer. I remember our subwoofer was like an entire coffee table. That's how large it was. I think the brand, our first subwoofer was, the brand was Serwin Vega or something like that. And it looked literally like a coffee table. It was wood. And then it was, you couldn't see the speaker, but because the speaker was facing downwards, so it was like a surface where you could put things on above, something like that. That was my first experience with how a subwoofer looked like. But after that, we had the second one, which was like a square, a cube basically, a cube. But it was pretty large. You could sit on it. Well, we didn't sit on it because my dad would get mad, but yeah, you could technically sit on it. Pretty huge subwoofer. Because the walls vibrate, exactly. Yeah. Especially during those DTS intros where it like showcases the sound capabilities of your system. So it has all the ranges in there, like the very low to the very high sounds. When it gets to the very low and your subwoofer takes into effect, it's like whoa, it's like shaking all over the place. Yeah, nowadays I guess it's a bit too noisy to turn it on. Neighbors might not be too happy about it for us. Oh, just in time to deliver this. Man, time flies. So where do we deliver this? Looks like at the back. Okay. Sound hitting your body and resonating through the body. I can imagine it. Not sure if I looked forward to it though. Yeah, I don't think people experience that often anymore. By the way, how do those 7.1 or 5.1 earphones work? I remember, Jack, you have that setup, right? But I've never tried it for myself, so I'm not sure if it sounds different versus having a stereo setup, but it's still the headphones. Because if your headphones, I mean, you only have two physical speakers, how do you make that into 7.1? Wouldn't that just be like an advanced way of like balancing the left and right channels so that it feels like it's surround? But maybe that is it exactly. Oh, there are earphones with multiple speakers, literally. I see. .1 headphones, 6 speakers, 3 in each. Did it matter? I mean, was it very different from the stereo headphones you had? Got this one nailed down. Some are true and some are emulated. I see. Cool. I haven't tried any of those. Cool stuff. I've had both, and true are the better ones. Three pins similar to the speakers. That sounds fancy. I guess your sound card would also need to support that, huh? So how many jobs have we done? 8 out of 12. That's not bad. 4 more. I can work with this. Not this weekend, but maybe next week. Great stuff. Yeah, 5.1 sound card. 4 to go indeed. Well, thank you guys for staying with me throughout those deliveries and through all those mishaps. And thanks for the stories. The pee and poop stream. P and P. I'm not sure we like to be called that way. Have a good day, guys. Thanks Alex and Jay for helping moderate, and appreciate everyone being here. Who else is here anyway? Thank you, Jack, Rohan. Always appreciate the company. And Tucson, Elite, if you're still there. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Have a good night. Pink my truck. There you go for the links. Have a happy weekend, and thanks. I will send your regards to Mrs. Clumsy. Have a great weekend and good night. Thank you and bye-bye. Clumsy Trucking, guys. See you.